health-wise, how do you feel right now coming back from the long layoff?
I feel good. I actually feel probably the best of my career. I was able to post-surgery, did my rehab back in Kansas City, and with a guy there I trust to do that, and then I was able to get about almost 9 weeks in a row, 6 days a week, working out off the court training with the guy I like a lot who works for the Chiefs, and so I was able to do that and kind of get my body in I think in shape where I haven't been in my career, so I feel good.
Can you talk a little bit about the first set? Looks like maybe a slow start, took you a little while to kind of get into the match, maybe.
Yeah, I would say slow start probably is the right words. Yeah, I mean you can take the time off, or have the time off that I had, and obviously put in the time I did on the court and in the gym, and came out here a week early, played a bunch of practice sets, and it's not really the same until you get out there and actually start playing, and you know, atmosphere, conditions, whatever it is, and yeah, I think it took me a little bit. Feet weren't moving as quick as obviously I'd like them to at the beginning, but you know, I was able to kind of find a groove a little bit, and wasn't the cleanest match, but you know, those are sometimes the better ones to get through, and can hopefully give me some confidence moving forward.
Jack, I think you were going to play in February, but it didn't really work. What was happening there?
Yeah, I planned to start in Memphis, Delray, and then you know, get a couple of tournaments in before here, and just overall just wasn't ready. I mean, I'd been practicing and working out, but there were still a few things that I wanted to you know, polish up before coming out. I think I didn't want to put myself at 85% and put myself at risk for anything going out there, because obviously when the match starts, there's no really going back, and knowing myself, at least, I like to give it my all, and I tend to play a pretty physical game, and so I just didn't want to put my body under the duress that it takes in a match when I wasn't quite 100%. Yeah, a lot of people keep saying hip. I think based on the photo I put on social media, is actually my pelvis. I tore a muscle in my pelvis, and so I went to Philadelphia. The same guy I went to a few years ago, actually after this tournament in 2012, when I tore the left side. So it was almost the same thing on the other side, but not quite. But yeah, he went in and I had to pull down a muscle from my ab and reattach it and kind of build up some scar tissue around it. So
that was right after Paris?
No, I was good through the end of the year. This was the start of my off season. I started practicing again and was practicing slid out to a ball, practicing out to the right, and felt something in that area. Knew it wasn't a good feeling, and got the MRIs and everything, went to Philadelphia, got another MRI, and it showed a tear. So
a little disappointing, I would think, because you actually had a really good fall.
Yeah. Kind of bounced back after the Open with a disappointing New York, and played some great tennis in the fall, and you had the momentum going, and but you know, obviously things happen for a reason sometimes, I think, and you know, had I been in Melbourne and gotten the phone call from my family that my brother was in the hospital, I don't know what state of mind I would have been in to play tennis there. So at the end of it, I was actually very glad I was able to be home and be with my family and help them through that time. And yeah, I think it changed a few things for me, and you know, I'm enjoying things a little more now, and definitely out on the court, just having a good time.
Now, your brother came here with him, correct?
Yeah, he's right behind you. Yeah.
So he must be feeling a lot better.
Yeah, he's feeling better now. Yeah, it was a crazy time, and you know, he's a warrior to get through that, and it didn't look promising there for a little bit, and he was able to battle through, and yeah, now he's able to kind of get back to some of the things he likes to do, play a little tennis, play a little golf. It's kind of just starting back at the beginning now, strength-wise and everything, getting it all back when you're on when you're in ICU for 3 weeks and on a ventilator for a week. You know, you lose a lot. So
during the match today, were you thinking about like winning for him, and did that add more pressure to it?
Yeah, actually, I've had on my shoes since he's been out of the hospital. I've written for you, Eric, on my shoes, and it's just a good reminder out there that obviously this is my career and my living and everything, but it kind of puts it in a different perspective, and you're kind of playing for more. And when you're out there and you get frustrated missing a ball or whatever it is, you can kind of think he's been through almost not making it to a kind of a miraculous recovery. So kind of puts things in perspective. It just go out there and enjoy it, and you can play a little more free.
Jack, if I heard you right, what you're saying is the silver lining in the injury that you are in the best shape you think you've ever been in your career?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, who knows? Had I stayed healthy, been down there, been in Australia, but who knows? But yeah, I think a little bit it was more of a blessing in disguise for me to be able to put my body through what I did the last kind of 8-9 weeks before I got out here, and physically and even mentally, I kind of feel the best I have.
Did you lose weight? Did you gain weight?
I mean, a little bit of both: lose weight, gain muscle, but. It was more the consistency of it and going through. Like I said, I went 8 weeks at least in a row, 6 days a week. It was a grind, but I was able to get through. And now obviously I played in the heat of the day today in 3 sets. Not the longest points most of the time, but still playing at the hottest time and felt good out there. So it's a little confidence in the back of the mind.
Those drop shots in the third set, was that trying to shorten points because of your foot, or was it more tactical? He's playing too far behind the baseline.
No, I think it was more tactical for sure. I mean, these courts, the ball jumps so high, and for me, my kick, serve, and forehand are pretty strong weapon out there, and I felt like every time I was hitting those shots, and after my serve, he would retreat pretty far back, and after I hit the first one or two, he kept going back. So it was more kind of the third one was more just for fun, and I was able to hit it well and go from there.
So what would you make? How happy would you be this year by the end of the year? Top 30, 20, 15 slams? Where are you think?
I mean, ranking wise, I don't really put an exact number on it. I mean, for me right now, just trying to win my first title would be a good start, and would make me pretty happy. And I've tasted that success a little bit on the doubles side, and played deep in some draws, and it kind of just motivates you to kind of do it on the singles side as well. And I had a couple good tournaments last year, making quarters, semis of some 250s and 500s, and so for me the goal right now kind of I think is just to hopefully get my first title this year.
Jack, I don't know what you did last year when going over to Europe for the clay court season, but since you're starting the season a little later, are you going to have a different strategy, different schedule going over there, or what's the schedule?
No, I mean it's going to be pretty much the same. Going to do here, obviously Miami, Houston, and then probably take a couple weeks, start in Madrid. Kind of depends how I do here actually, because I think I don't know what the exact ranking number is cut off for Madrid and those for main draw, but I think I'll be pretty close to the cut line. So obviously if I do well and win some more matches here, then the schedule will stay there, and I'll start main draw there. But I think either way, I'll still go and I'll start Madrid, and if I have to play qualies, I'll play qualies and hopefully be in the main. But I think as of now, stay through the French, come back, and then probably go back over for that Boodles event that I did last year. I kind of like that schedule, getting some matches in there, and then playing Wimbledon. But it can always change. Yeah, that was my shoe. I usually go through shoes kind of quick, but I got those fresh out of the box 2 days ago, and I think once again the physicality, kind of the way I play, I slide a lot, and I actually went through both the shoe and the sock, and then to my foot. I was bleeding a good amount out there, but once again, it's more perspective of things. It's just it's kind of heat of the moment. You're in a competitive match, and you don't really feel it, adrenaline or whatever it is. So I just kept going.
How do you get whipped on? You like whipped on top? Right?
Yeah, just from sliding, your left foot sliding on the ground.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Just real quick, that third set, you had the early break, and then he broke back. Can you just talk about like the change of momentum of that, and what you did to get it back to win to finish up the match?
Yeah, I got the early break in the third. Kind of didn't feel tennis-wise didn't feel fantastic today, so I kind of had to change it up and put chip some returns in and kind of just get into the point. First match back, I knew kind of the serve and the turn are going to be the last things to kind of feel the best, and but I knew once I kind of got in the point, maybe I could use my defensive skills or scrap a little bit and kind of find a way to break, and was able to do that early. And then actually going into the 4-3 game was thinking with these courts, kind of throw some kicks in on the first and make sure I get my first serve in, because obviously the mentality changes on the guys returning when first serve's in play, and I was able to not do that, and I think I even threw in a double maybe and played a few good points and got broken. But yeah, then 5-all, he was up 40 love and gave me 1 or 2 doubles in that game. And then that last point, I kind of once again just used my movement, which I think is one of my strengths, and was able to scrap out that last ball. And thankfully he let it go and it landed in the corner, and I was able to get the break and get the match there at the end. Yeah, it was actually right when I hit it, I thought I missed it. I thought I was going wide, and then as it was in the air, middle, going over the net, I thought I was going in, but I think it was right in the corner, so it was pretty close.
Thank you.
Thanks.